The proving grounds of Zerath Prime had witnessed countless displays of dominance, territorial disputes, and blood rituals spanning 3 millennia. Yet nothing in its ancient history had prepared the assembled predators for what they were about to witness on this day. Commander Aaron Solon stood in the center of the arena, his human frame appearing insignificantly small compared to the towering alien warriors surrounding him. The summit had been called to discuss humanity's petition to join the Galactic Predator Council, an elite coalition of the universe's apex species. For humans, it was a matter of survival. For the predators, it was a formality to decide whether these soft-skinned bipeds deserved a seat among the hunters, or would become prey. Alpha Thrax, leader of the Velkari pack and supreme commander of the council, observed from his elevated throne. His scales rippled with barely contained aggression, 6 eyes fixed on the human with predatory focus. Around the circular arena, representatives from 47 predator species watched with similar intensity. Chitinous armor clicked, venomous fangs dripped, and claws scraped against stone. The trial was simple. Survive 3 challenges of combat, strategy, and will. Commander Solon had passed the first 2 through a combination of tactical brilliance and what the predators reluctantly admitted was impressive resourcefulness. But the 3rd challenge was designed to break spirits, not bodies. A metallic gate groaned open on the far side of the arena. What emerged made even the hardened predators shift uncomfortably. It was a Vorax juvenile, barely past its spawning cycle, stumbling on unsteady legs. The creature was no larger than a human child, its underdeveloped armor plate still soft and translucent. It chittered in confusion, searching for its nest mother. The crowd fell silent. Everyone understood the challenge. The Vorax were among the council's most feared members, their adults capable of tearing through reinforced hull plating with ease. Their young, however, were vulnerable for only a brief window before their killing instincts awakened. This cub had been selected specifically because it was days away from that transformation. The test was clear: eliminate a future apex predator before it could pose a threat. Mercy was weakness. Hesitation was failure. This was the predator's way. Alpha Thrax leaned forward, his voice reverberating through the arena. Human, you have shown tactical skill and physical endurance. Now demonstrate that you understand the fundamental truth of survival. There is no room for the weak in this galaxy. Prove you belong among hunters. Commander Solon's jaw tightened. He had known this moment might come, had prepared himself for impossible choices. But preparation and execution were different things. The cub stumbled toward him, attracted by movement, making small chirping sounds of distress. Around the arena, claws extended. This was the moment of truth. Aaron Solon did something that no one expected. He knelt down. The crowd erupted in confused snarls and roars. Alpha Thrax rose from his throne, talons scraping against stone. "What are you doing, human?" Commander Solon didn't answer immediately. Instead, he extended his hand slowly, palm open, fingers relaxed. The Vorax cub approached cautiously, its underdeveloped sensory organs trying to identify this strange creature. It sniffed his hand, then released a small, contented trill. "I'm doing what humans have done for 40,000 years, Solon said quietly, his voice somehow carrying through the chaos. "I'm recognizing potential." He gently stroked the cub's soft carapace, and it leaned into his touch, the universal language of comfort transcending species. "You want me to kill this infant to prove I'm a predator?" "I could do that." It would be easy. It would also be pointless. Alpha Thrax descended from his throne, each step deliberate and threatening. "You dare lecture us on strength?" "No." Solon stood, keeping himself between the approaching Alpha and the cub. "I'm explaining why humans survived when stronger species went extinct. We didn't become apex predators by being the biggest or the fastest or having the sharpest claws. We became apex predators because we understood something fundamental." He gestured to the cub, now sitting calmly at his feet. "My ancestors looked at wolves, the most dangerous predators of our ancient world, and didn't just see threats. They saw partners. They extended a hand, offered food, and created a bond that would help both species thrive. Those wolves became dogs, and together we conquered our entire planet." The arena had gone deathly quiet. Alpha Thrax stopped his advance, all 6 eyes fixed on the human. "We did the same with our prey," Solon continued. "We domesticated our food sources, protected them, helped them breed. We turned hunting into agriculture, scarcity into abundance. And yes, we fought wars among ourselves with a savagery that would impress any of you. But we also built civilizations, created art, explored the cosmos. Not despite our capacity for compassion, but because of it. He knelt again, and the Vorax cub climbed onto his lap. This isn't weakness. This is the trait that took us from caves to starships. The ability to look at something small and vulnerable and choose to protect it rather than destroy it. To see potential where others see only threats. Alpha Thrax stood motionless, his massive frame casting a shadow over the human. Then slowly something unprecedented happened. The great predator's head lowered, his posture shifting from aggression to something the Velkari rarely displayed. Respect. Around the arena, one by one, every predator present lowered their heads. Not in submission, but in recognition. They had asked to see what made humans qualified to join the apex predators of the galaxy. They had received an answer they never anticipated. The human had extended a hand for a fallen cub, and in doing so, demonstrated a form of strength that transcended mere physical dominance. He had shown them what made humanity truly dangerous, not their weapons, not their tactics, but their unprecedented ability to turn enemies into allies, to forge bonds across species barriers, to see value in protecting rather than just destroying. Alpha Thrax finally spoke, his voice carrying new weight. The Council recognizes humanity, not because you passed our trials, Commander Solon, but because you taught us what we had forgotten. True apex predators don't just survive. They ensure others can survive alongside them. The Vorax cub chittered happily in Solon's arms, unaware that it had just witnessed the moment humanity claimed its place among the stars, not through conquest but through the simple, revolutionary act of extending a hand in compassion. In the silence that followed, every predator in the room understood. The humans had not joined the Council as equals. They had redefined what it meant to be apex entirely,